What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a video on the 6RS here in CarX Street. This is the ultimate build series, which means we build a car in C1 all the way to C6 with no prototype parts. So we got 6 builds for you today, and shout out to Nitrous Dog for these builds, man. Absolute legend for the community. He's trying to help everybody out by giving us the best builds you possibly can get without using prototype parts. So thank you very much, Nitrous Dog. Much appreciated. All right, let's go. All right, starting off with the C1 build, let's take a look at the engine and drivetrain. For this one, we swap to the ME10 engine, which comes out of the B19. You can get it from that car. You have to swap the engine, buy that car, swap the engine, and then go back to this car and swap into that engine from your inventory. So with that swap in mind, let's take a look at the parts on the engine. We've got a street ECU. Nothing all the way down. So nothing all the way down, street ECU. Pretty simple build. For the drivetrain, we're using the T50S 6-gear sport transmission. And to swap to that one, it's very easy. Just press X and swap it. For the parts here, we've got ultimate clutch, ultimate diff, ultimate transmission, and the street stock, which is the all-wheel drive drivetrain for this car. I actually requested him to build this all-wheel drive. I wanted something a little bit more grippy, even though so far the nitrous builds that I've tested have been a little bit slippy in the back, but it's because you need the car to slide a little bit. You need a little bit of like less grip in the back in order to make it around the turns because of that understeer that is so prevalent here in CarX Street. So once you get used to driving cars like this, you're gonna have no problem. Anyways, let's get into the parts for the body. We do have the stage 4 body swap. Remember, you do the stage swap after you do your parts. So go into the body, install your ultimate weight reduction, install your front ultimate aerodynamics, leave the rear off, no gas tank, and then go in here to upgrade and tune this. So go over here to the weight reduction and minus it like all the way out, and then go into the swap section and install your stage 4 body swap. As of right now, doing this in this order gives you a little bit extra weight reduction for the car, and it's necessary for this build. So make sure you do that in that order. Parts first, tune it, then stage 4 body swap. All right, for the suspension, we're rocking elite arms. We've got ultimate everything else, I believe. Yep. And then wheels, we're looking at ultimate front and rear spacers, and then racing rims, 345 35 R17s, and I believe it's the same for both. 345 35 R17. And then for the tires, we're looking racing tires. This is pretty much a standard nitrous setup. I think he's going to be running this on basically every car. So we've got these as far as the wheels. All right, here's all of the tuning. All right, now for the fun part, we get to go out and test these builds. So again, I'm in the C1 right now. We've got the timer up on the top left of your screen, and we've got our little short test course that we're gonna be running this on. Let's see if we can get a nice clean run. Here we go, man. Okay, shifted around 7. That's where the red line is. Has a lot of torque still in 4th gear, which is nice. Nice turning radius, man. It actually feels really great to run. Very controllable too. It doesn't feel like I'm gonna lose the car on any of these corners. It's just nice. We don't use any NOS in these tests either. That feels great. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got in terms of a time. A 55.75. Actually not bad. I'm going to try to run it one more time, see if I can actually get a better time than that, since that was the first attempt. But still, 55.75 is really good. All right, this might be a much better run. Let's see what happens. Here we go to the finish line. 55.40. So it's in the same realm. 55.40. I knocked off 0.3 of a second. That's pretty good. If we compare that to the other cars in C1 that I've tested, just keep in mind we don't have a ton of cars added to this yet. This is the second ultimate builds video that I've done, and so we don't have like a lot of data to compare it to. As the series goes on, we're gonna have a lot more to talk about. But for C1, I've got 4 different times for you. The Nitrous Dog HSX run at 54.89. This one runs at 55.40. Then you have SimG's 6RS, which runs at 56.50. We have the V7G by yours truly that run at 58.01. And that's what we've got in terms of data for C1. So there you go. This one runs a 55.40. Let's move on to the C2. All right, starting out with the engine for this C2 build, we have the ME10 engine, which is swapped out of the B19. So again, you have to buy the B19, swap the engine in that, then come back to this 6RS and swap the ME into it from your inventories. All right, let's take a look at the parts. For the ECU, we're at Ultimate. Camshaft, we have Street. Intake manifold, Street. And then the cylinder head and engine block are both Ultimate. And the exhaust is a Street. Everything else is stock on this engine. For the drivetrain, we're running the T50S 6-gear sport transmission. That's a swap, so make sure you swap that out. And then for the parts, it's the same as the last build. We've got Ultimate everything except for the drivetrain. We're leaving it stock. It's an all-wheel drive car. For the body, it's the same as the C1 build. You've got Ultimate car weight reduction. You've got Ultimate front aero, stock tank, and stock rear aerodynamics. You want to tune the weight reduction first and then go back and do the stage swap. So you do the body swap at stage 4. For the suspension, we've got the Elite front arms and Ultimate everything else in the build. For the wheels, we've got the Ultimate front and rear spacers. We've got the 345/35 R17 rims and the racing tires. The rims are the same front and rear. All right, let me scroll through the tuning real quick for you, and then we'll get out for the test. All right, here we go. C2 test. Let's go. Launch is way better than the C1. I think we're going to see a big increase or decrease in times, I should say. Oh, it holds a ton of speed around that corner. .102 around that corner. Phenomenal, dude. I think I went a little slower there. I could probably improve that just a little bit. Stayed in 4th there. Maybe could drop down to 3rd on that corner, but we'll see. See if we can improve this over the C1 time. It is 53.07, dude. 53.07. That's really good. If I'm not mistaken, that's pretty good. And compared to the other one, yeah, dude, look at this. Compared to the HSX build that Nitrous did, it's a 53.09 on the HSX, and it's a 53.07 here with the 6RS. This performs really good in C2. All right, let me do it again. All right, is it going to be under 53? Oh, it is, dude. 52.85. I almost said 52. 52.85, bro. For a C2 build, is great. That is great, dude. That actually ran it faster than my C3 Ford ST build, which obviously I'm not the best builder, but 52.85. What a great time, dude. C2. This thing is really nice in C2, it looks like. All right, let's move on to C3. All right, here we are in C3. We've got the ME10 engine again. For the parts, we've got the Ultimate ECU, stock turbo, Ultimate cam, and Ultimate intake. We got the sport fuel system, the Ultimate cylinder head and block. ultimate exhaust manifold, ultimate exhaust. Moving on to the drivetrain, we've got ultimate clutch, differential, and transmission with the all-wheel drive drivetrain and the T50S 6-speed gear swap. Moving over to the body, we've got the ultimate weight reduction, the regular gas tank. The front aerodynamic is ultimate, and then nothing in the rear. Same setup with a stage 4 body. Again, make sure you're tuning your car weight reduction first, then swapping to your stage 4 body. For the suspension setup, it's the same as the previous two. We've got the elite arms and then ultimate everything else. For the wheels, we've got front spacers and rear spacers at ultimate. Rims, front and rear, are going to be 345 35 R17s, and then the tires are going to be racing. All right, here are the tuning settings, and then we'll get into the test. All right, C3 test. Here we go. Let's go. Much better launch again than the C2, obviously. To be expected. This class is going a lot faster. I got to wait a little bit to get on the throttle there. I went a little wide. Little gas tap there. Gets the body to swing. You can tell this build is a lot more loose. Not a lot, but I said a lot, but it's not like to where it's like completely uncontrollable. Loose enough to where you can actually control the car and still make these turns. That turn was a little bit sloppy. I think we can clean that up on the second run here. Let's see if we can get to the line a little bit faster than some of the other times. Here we go. 51.44. My goodness, dude. What a jump, dude. Oh my God. Over a second difference. Let's go, dude. 51.44. Let's see where that puts us. That's actually faster than the HSX build that he made. That is great. I mean, obviously, this car in C3 is going to be just phenomenal. C3, I think, even C2, C3 are great so far in terms of how they compare to the HSX build. So let me see if I can improve that time just a little bit. All right, here we go. Is it faster? Is it faster? To the line we go. 50.80. Let's go, dude. Oh my God, I knocked off 0.6 of a second. Oh my God, let's go, dude. 50.80. That's, let me see. I think that's the fastest time. It's the fastest C3 time that I've had, and it's by a lot, dude. Oh, that's great. That's great. Let's go. 6 RS and C3. All right, let's move on to the C4. All right, into the C4 build, we've got the KA20 motor. This motor comes out of two different cars, but you need to pick the correct one. It's the HCR, the Honda Civic Type R, basically. That's the motor that you want, the K20 motor from the Civic Type R. You do not want it from the HI5. That's not, it's the HCR. That's the one you want. So grab an HCR, swap the motor, and then swap it into this one. As far as the parts for the engine, we've got the ultimate ECU, the street camshafts, the sport intake manifold, and then ultimate cylinder head block, and then exhaust manifold is street, exhaust is racing. So stock everything else, stock fuel system, stock turbo kit, and there you go. For the drivetrain, we're looking at the T50S transmission swap again with the ultimate clutch, ultimate diff, ultimate transmission, and the all-wheel drive street stock drivetrain. For the body, it's the same situation. We've got the ultimate weight reduction and the ultimate front aero. Make sure you tune this first, then go to the body swap of stage 4. For the suspension, it's the elite front arm and then ultimate everything else on the suspension. And then finally, for the wheels, we've got the ultimate front and rear spacers. The rims are going to be 345 35 R17s on both front and rear, and then the front tires and rear tires are matching at racing. All right, here are the tune settings real quick, and then we'll get into the testing. All right, here we go. C4 test. Let's get it. Oh, that feels great, dude. I think I might like this the best. Even though C3 performed insanely well, I think I might like this C4 build better. Oh, I was on the gas a little too early. Caused me to go into the dirt. We're definitely gonna have to run this back. The car feels great though. A 5067. Nice improvement over the C3. Let's run it back. All right, here we go. Is it faster? Here we go to the line. Oh, let's go. 4981 for the C4 build. Let's go, dude. Nicely done. 4981. That's almost tied with the HSX. Let's get it, dude. That's really not bad at all. That's great, actually. That's super good. All right, let's see what the C5 has in store for us. All right, here we are in the C5 build. The engine is the same as the C4. It's the KA20. Comes out of the HCR, the Honda Civic Type R. Make sure you swap that first, then come back to this car, and then swap the KA20 into it. So as far as the engine parts go, we've got ultimate ECU, stock turbo kit, ultimate cams, ultimate intake manifold, racing fuel, ultimate cylinder head, ultimate engine block, and then ultimate exhaust manifold and ultimate exhaust. We're getting nice with all these ultimate parts here. Let's get to the drivetrain. We've got ultimate clutch, differential, and transmission with the street stock drivetrain, and of course the T50S 6-gear swap. For the body, it's the same as the previous other builds. We've got the ultimate weight reduction, the stock gas tank, and the ultimate front aero. Once again, if you're skipping around with timestamps, you're going to need to know this. Make sure you put on the parts for your weight reduction first, then tune those parts. Make sure you tune your weight reduction, then add your stage 4 body. It gives you a little bit lower weight. For the suspension, it's the Elite front arms. Everything else in here is ultimate. And for the wheels, we've got the ultimate front and rear spacers, the 345/35 R17 racing front and rear rims. They're the same. And then the racing front and rear tires. All right, let me scroll through the tuning settings real quick, and then we'll show you how it tests. All right, here we go. C5 test. Let's go. Oh my God, a lot of acceleration in second gear. Oh my God, dude. I have to control myself. The previous builds, I've been able to go like almost full throttle through most of these corners. And now I'm having to actually control what I'm doing. It's pretty wild, man. Not the build, just the fact that this car is so much better, or so much faster than the previous, you know, the previous classes. C5 takes a big step up, it seems like. Here we go. To the line. What do we got here? A 49.2. It didn't take a big step up from C4, but I think I have to get used to this car. So let me run it one more time. See if I can get a better time. All right, I was really pushing the limits there on that one. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, 49.13. Let's go, dude. I cut a little bit of time off that. Not much, though. 49.13. That one felt pretty good. I don't know if I could drive it much faster than that. I probably can get it under 49, but I'm not 100% sure. That's still really good. 49.13. Faster than the HSX time that I recorded with Nitrus's HSX build. So yeah, I don't know, man. That's pretty good. At 49.13, let's record that and let's move on to the final build of the video, which is C6. All right, here we go. The C6 build. We've got that same KA20 engine. Again, that comes out of the HCR, the Honda Civic Type R. For the engine parts, we've got Ultimate ECU, Racing Turbo, Ultimate Cams, Intake, Fuel System, Cylinder Head, Engine Block, Exhaust Manifold, and Exhaust, all Ultimate. For the drivetrain, we got Ultimate Clutch, Diff, and Transmission with the all-wheel drive street stock drivetrain and the T50S 6-gear transmission swap. For the body, we've got the ultimate weight reduction, no gas tank, the ultimate front aero, and the stock rear aero. Remember, you're going to tune the weight reduction first, then add the body swap last. For the suspension, it's the same as the previous. We've got the elite front arms and ultimate everything else. For the wheels, it's the same as the previous as well. We've got the ultimate front and rear spacers. For the rims, we're at 345/35 R17s. And then for the front and rear tires, we're at racing. All right, I'm going to scroll through the tuning, and then we can get out to the test. All right, here we go. C6 test. Let's go. Oh my God, this thing's a beast, dude. I'm really gonna have to be careful with this. It's, oh my God, dude. It accelerates so fast that I'm like not even prepared to take these corners. All right, calm down, calm down. Let's use a little bit of patience here. I took that corner very poorly, but we're gonna accelerate to the finish line. I have to do this again 100%. I know I did it with the previous ones, but this one for sure. A 47.79. Jesus, dude. That all-wheel drive build is just so quick. And this course that I test on requires quickness. So 47.79, it is the best time I've run in C6. That doesn't mean it's the best car, just so you guys know. These times are supposed to give you something that's like more of like the overhead view of everything. Like, where does this car stack up? Is it a good car? Can it be tuned well? That type of thing. But this is a great time at a 47.79. And I didn't even run it that well. I think I can run it faster. So I'm going to try again and see what we can do. I might be able to knock off a couple of tenths here. All right, what do we got? Here we go. 47.47. All right, I've run this test a bunch of times, and the fastest time I got was a 47.47, which is actually faster than my fastest C6 time. Anyways, that is it for this video, man. We got C1 all the way to C6. Thank you so much to Nitrous Dog for making these builds. They're absolutely phenomenal, and you guys should definitely check it out. If you're looking for the 6RS in a specific class, you now have a build for that, and you don't have to use any prototype parts. So anyway, that's the goal of this series, is just to help the community with some builds. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you on the next one. Trigger out.